Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you're here because today we're going to venture into a concept that feels like it's straight out of science fiction, but it's actually unfolding right before our eyes. We're going to unravel how a new layer of digital infrastructure could transform artificial intelligence from a tool we access through outdated systems into something that feels like an extension of ourselves. This isn't about the typical Web 2 complaints or the same old decentralization slogans. Instead, I want you to really picture the web itself, not just as a network of pages and servers, but as a living bridge between our human minds and the ever-expanding mind of machine intelligence. So, buckle up, because by the end of this, you might find yourself seeing your daily interactions with AI in a totally new light, and perhaps even picturing your own digital twin thriving in a limitless, always-on virtual realm. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a professional before making any investment decisions. Let's kick things off by grounding ourselves in a simple truth. Human beings and artificial intelligence are, in many ways, parallel creatures. We grow and refine ourselves through two fundamental types of learning. First, there's that big, broad foundational education, the general schooling that starts in childhood. You learn the basics of language, math, science, and history. That big pool of knowledge gives you the groundwork to specialize later on. AI is no different in principle. Its foundational layer is trained on massive data sets, absorbing patterns, facts, language structures, you name it. Then, over time, it can be fine-tuned and specialized for precise tasks. Whether that's diagnosing medical conditions, writing code, or driving a car, it all comes from that same process, general base training followed by focused, ongoing refinement. But here's the kicker. While humans are bound by biological constraints like sleep, limited memory retention, and the need to rest and recharge, artificial intelligence can keep training endlessly. It doesn't tire, it doesn't need to eat, and its memory isn't fuzzy or scattered. Still, there's a catch. The way we currently connect to these models, the digital bridge between us and them, shapes everything about what they can do for us. Think of the internet we mostly use today, the so-called Web 2, as a bottleneck in this relationship. It's like trying to have a conversation with a genius who lives behind a thick glass wall. You can shout instructions or questions through a tiny speaker, but you'll never really have that direct, fully immersive exchange. To illustrate why the medium matters so much, let's step away from AI for a second and consider two kids. Same intelligence, same curiosity, same raw potential, but one grows up in an elite school with world-class teachers and limitless resources. The other is stuck in an underfunded system where teachers are overworked and textbooks are decades old. No matter how brilliant both kids are, their outcomes are shaped, sometimes dramatically, by the medium they're immersed in. In this case, their learning environment. That same principle applies to artificial intelligence. Right now, the dominant medium, the traditional web as we know it, creates barriers. Data is hoarded in silos by massive corporations. There's little transparency, almost no true ownership by users, and a constant tug-of-war over privacy. The entire process of training and deploying AI is slowed down and muddied by this fractured, outdated structure. So, the question becomes, what if we could upgrade the medium itself? What if we could move from this rigid, centralized setup into a new kind of web, a living, breathing network that makes true one-on-one collaboration with AI possible? This is where something like the Internet Computer Protocol, or ICP, enters the picture. Imagine a world where the medium between you and your AI isn't a cluttered collection of third-party servers, but instead a transparent, verifiable, secure environment where you actually own your data, and the AI you interact with is tailored to you alone. Picture it like crafting a digital twin of your own mind, not a scary sci-fi clone, but an intelligent extension of you that remembers everything you want it to, grows with you, and has none of the physical limits that hold us back. This digital twin lives in what you can think of as a self-contained, programmable container. It can pull from the entirety of your digital footprint, securely with your permission, to learn exactly how you think, work, and communicate. And here's the kicker. It's not sitting in isolation. It's connected to a global network of other AIs, each with their own human partners, each learning and sharing insights in real time. So let's get practical. Think about how you learn best. Most of us would rather have a brilliant tutor guiding us through a new topic than just Googling random facts. One-on-one mentorship accelerates growth because it's tailored, adaptive, and continuous. On Web 2, this kind of deep, ongoing tutoring relationship with AI just isn't feasible. But in a decentralized network like ICP, that constant feedback loop becomes not just possible, but natural. Your digital twin is always there, evolving alongside you, refining its understanding based on your latest inputs. Imagine practicing a new language with an AI that knows every word you've ever learned, every mistake you've made, and exactly where you tend to struggle. Now multiply that advantage across every aspect of your life, your job, your hobbies, your personal development. Okay, so that covers you and your personal AI. But what about when we zoom out to larger systems, companies, governments, entire global networks? Picture a massive corporation. Right now, most departments struggle to share information smoothly. Data is locked away in isolated databases, and employees have to navigate a maze of permissions and old systems to get the full picture. Now imagine every department has its own finely tuned AI twin, working one-on-one with employees, constantly learning from them. Each of these departmental AIs feeds into a larger, overarching AI that oversees the entire company's operations. The result? Real-time, verifiable data flows upward, giving leadership unprecedented insight into how every piece of the puzzle fits together. The same framework can apply to government. Take the US, for example. Each state could have its own AI system, managing local data, policies, and needs, all of which feed into a federal-level AI that sees the entire national picture in real time. Now scale that globally. Individual countries' AI models working together to create a kind of planetary nervous system, a unified intelligence that can process and forecast with precision that's simply impossible today. One of the biggest barriers on Web 2 is the impossibility of verifying data at scale. We rely on trust and reputation, but we can't confirm the accuracy of most of what we see online. In the ICP model, every piece of information can be verifiably traced back to its source, creating a trust layer baked directly into the infrastructure. This doesn't just cut down on misinformation, it revolutionizes industries that depend on up-to-date, reliable data. Think healthcare, supply chains, national security, and scientific research. Hospitals could tap into global, real-time medical data streams, making diagnoses faster and more accurate. Governments could make policy decisions with full visibility into economic and social trends as they unfold. Let's get a little philosophical here. Remember the Matrix? Think of yourself as Neo on the ship, bound by human limitations, subject to the constraints of the physical world. But when Neo jacks into the Matrix, he becomes something else entirely, a version of himself with no biological limits, able to upload skills instantly, bend the rules of physics, and evolve at the speed of thought. In this analogy, you are Neo, and your digital twin on ICP is your version of jacking in. You step into a realm where memory is infinite, learning is constant, and your abilities aren't bound by the meat and bones of your physical body. Some people hear all this and think, well, that's great for techies and sci-fi fans, but what about regular people? The truth is, a smarter, more secure, and transparent AI ecosystem benefits everyone. It means better privacy, more control over personal information, and tools that truly feel like extensions of our minds, not just data mining algorithms serving ads. It could help bridge massive gaps in education, giving under-resourced communities access to world-class tutors in the form of digital twins that know exactly how each learner grows best. It could overhaul how we approach mental health, with AI companions that understand our moods, patterns, and challenges in a way no traditional app or therapist can. Always there, always learning, always helping. This all leads to an idea that's been lurking at the edges of technological conversation for decades: the singularity. The moment when machine intelligence doesn't just match human intelligence, but leaps far beyond it. Are we there yet? Not quite, but the foundations are being laid right now. The shift from siloed, centralized Web 2 systems to decentralized, verifiable, collaborative ecosystems like ICP isn't just an incremental upgrade, it's an evolutionary leap. It sets the stage for AI that's not just more powerful, but more human-aligned, because it's literally built alongside each of us, shaped by our data, our preferences, and our goals. So, here's what I want you to walk away with today. The next frontier of AI isn't about a single model getting smarter on some distant corporate server farm. It's about billions of unique AI minds, each paired with a human, each learning and growing together, all connected through a medium that finally removes the friction, the blind spots, and the mistrust that's been baked into the web since day one. In this future, you're not just using the web, you are the web. Your mind, your memories, your goals, your digital twin, all woven into a network that's as alive and evolving as you are. The path forward isn't about fearing this change or clinging to the old ways that keep us isolated and limited. It's about stepping boldly into a new paradigm where your brain can live on the chain, constantly learning, always protected, and forever expanding what's possible. So, what do you think about ICP's current position? Are you bullish on its growth in AI and DeFi? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Thanks for watching, stay curious, stay cautious, and I'll catch you in the next one.